all the way here, right? Which means you spent a lot of money to be here, correct?
Correct.
Do you remember what was said today when Janelle said, I have to treat this business like I didn't just invest 40 bucks? How many were you all here today? If you weren't, then just pretend you know what I'm talking about, okay? She only spent 40 bucks to get in the business. Most of you spent like 150, 160 to get challenge pack, maybe 200, maybe 240 at the most, right? Here's the problem with that, is it makes it really, really easy to go, you know what, if I don't show up, I lost like 200 bucks, right? Now here's the cool thing about coming to Summit is now you spent like a couple $1,000, okay? Now, honestly, that's still not a ton per se, because you can go home and just piss all this away if you want to and say, I don't want to do this anymore. But, hey buddy, sorry. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to pretend that you spent your life savings on this. Now for me, when I signed up for the John Maxwell team, that was like, I didn't have a life savings, it was a tax return. Okay? But because I had spent that kind of money, there was no way in the world I was going to let my family not reap the benefits of that. We spent an entire tax return and then like another year and a half paying for my certification. And when I spent that kind of money, there's no way in the world I was going to retreat. Number one thing that happens at events like this is people go home, and guess what? When you get home, 2 weeks from now, what you spent to be here doesn't hurt anymore. What you spent to get here doesn't hurt anymore. It's gone. It's out of sight. It hurts right now. So right now you're like soaking this up. You're like, I have to get my money's worth. Especially for some of you that have spouses, and maybe it was like a tough sacrifice on the whole family. Maybe your spouse is at home watching a bunch of kids right now. So right now you're like, yes, I have to make the most of this. But a week's gonna go by, 2 weeks is gonna go by, 3 weeks is gonna go by, and all of a sudden none of this matters to you at all because the hurt is gone. You have to find a way to continue, and this sounds weird and negative and not very personal developing or whatever, or positive thinking. You have to find a way to make the pain stay. You have to find a way to embrace the pain. When I work out, I don't work out until it hurts. I work out until it hurts, and then I do more. Your business is the same way. Too many of you stop way before it ever even hurts. Or you get to the point where it hurts and you go, I must have did enough because it hurts. No, you didn't do enough because you're not broken yet. If you're not broken, you should still be going. Because that's the only way muscles grow back. I know it's hard to tell because I'm a little guy, but they used to be way smaller than this, I promise. The only way muscles grow is to literally break them into pieces. Too many people are afraid of being broken. But what you don't understand is that's the only way to be repaired and rebuilt is to go until it's broken. So I'm going to challenge you guys to dig in like you've never dug in before. I want you to pretend that your life literally depends on this business. Because it does. How many of you have a second way that you can go home right now and build a six-figure business? Anybody have like an Etsy shop or something like that you're like, oh, if I go all in on this, I'll make 6 figures. My wife used to have an Etsy shop and she worked for like $3 an hour because she was like crocheting all day and night to make like $100. This is the opportunity. This is the thing. It's not like a thing. It's not like, oh, maybe it works, maybe no. This is the thing. And you have to wake up every single day and know that this is the thing. And you have to stop thinking, maybe this is a thing, maybe it works out. No, there's no maybe. Like, please take the word maybe completely out of your vocabulary altogether. I never say, maybe I'm going to have a 6-figure month. I say, I'm going to. And then I fail over and over and over and over until it happens. I don't say, maybe I'm going to get 1,000 people in training. I say, I'm going to. And then I just push and go until I do. It doesn't mean you're a failure if you don't. Stop saying maybe. Don't say maybe I'm going to go elite this year. Man, can I cuss? Is it okay for me to cuss? I know we got a bunch of Mormons. You can't repeat this. You can't repeat this, okay? You're not allowed to repeat this, okay? But stop fucking saying maybe. Stop it. Stop giving yourself the choice to fail. Because the second you give this much, if you just give yourself literally this much room to fail, you will fail every time. Because we as humans constantly take the path of least resistance. So if you give that path an option, anybody ever? I almost got flooded out camping out next to a river. And as we're hiking down, I'm like noticing where all of the trails of water, and it literally creates steps for you because water just naturally follows the path of least resistance. It just happens naturally, right? And we as humans do the same thing if we're not intentional. So if you literally leave this much room to fail, even if you're 99% in, that 1%, the water finds that 1% because it's the easiest way. If you give yourself any option at all to fail, you will fail every time. If you go 100% all the way in, you're still going to fail a lot, but you're not going to give up. And you're going to be forced, what do I always say? Your goals are not meant to be reached, they are meant to stretch. You're not a failure if you don't hit your goal, you're a failure if you don't stretch. All of us constantly, every single day, our goal is what? To just stretch a little bit further. To take our potential to a higher level. John Maxwell says, yeah, I said fuck and I'm going to talk about God. It's cool. John Maxwell says God's greatest gift to us is our potential. Our greatest gift to him is developing that potential. I wake up every single day and I go as hard and as far as I can because I owe it to God. I owe it to you. I owe it to my family. I owe it to myself. It's the greatest gift that I have to give back. How dare I, if you're here and you don't believe in God, pretend I'm talking about you, whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter. How dare you take the most precious gift ever given to you and shit it away? You get one life. One. That's it. You got one life. Why would you do anything less than your absolute best with it? Why? So please, don't take this event for granted. Don't think, oh, it's just another event and we just had fun. And no, remember this and embrace pain every sin. And I'm not saying this in a way like life sucks, because it doesn't, guys. I love this. Now, does it suck to hurt sometimes? Yeah, but I love the results. I love what it pushes me to become as a human being. I love the people that I meet along the way that make me a more incredible person. Nothing in life that's worth having is easy. Get it out of your head that this is easy. It's not easy, it's fulfilling. How many of you want to be fulfilled in life? Stop taking the easy path, because the easy path will never, ever, ever fulfill you. Ever. I love you guys. You guys are literally like family to me. Seriously, you guys are amazing. Micah, JD, I love and respect the two of you more than you'll ever know. I really do. I love, love, love to follow you guys, to watch your story. You guys inspire me, and I mean that. I love you guys. Apparently I have to go register for Summit so that I can get in. Because I'm Peacock and I don't do that in advance. But I love you guys so much. Seriously though, thank you for letting me be a part of the team. Because I feel like an extended part of the team. Because